Greetings, foolish mortals, and welcome back to another week of our Mystery Content Fridays. This week, I'm going to be reading a post that I found on r/mystery over on Reddit. This post immediately caught my eye. I thought it was very creepy and very fascinating, and the author of this post has given me explicit permission to share this in this video, which makes me even more excited, so I want to thank them so much. Their username is deliciousworker865, so thank you for giving me your delicious permission. The post is as follows. I was walking in the woods by myself. I saw a girl in all white. Why was she there? Who was she? And the tag is mysterious person. The girl in the woods. I live in a small town in Arkansas, around the Little Rock area. In total, my town has about 1,700 people that live in it. So as you may guess, not much goes on around here. My house is located near the woods, way out in the boondocks. No one unfamiliar is ever out in this neck of the woods, which is why this particular incident is so bone-rattling. One day, I was extremely bored and decided to take a walk in the woods. Tree here, tree there, nothing new. However, I began to have this gut-wrenching feeling as if I was being followed. I shook it off thinking it could possibly be some hunters. But as I continued to walk, the feeling of something ain't right got stronger and stronger. I was looking down, trying my best not to get bitten by a snake, but something told me to look up. That's when I saw her. A young girl, maybe 16 or 17, wearing all white. She almost looked angelic, but in a completely creepy way, considering we are 2 miles deep into the woods. She was standing by a nearby log, maybe 100 yards from me. I called out to her, asking her what she was doing. She started to run away. But this wasn't just any type of run. It was almost like what you would see in a Twilight movie. But then she stopped dead in her tracks. I was frozen in horror. She turned and looked dead into my soul and yelled the words, "He's right behind you." I whipped around expecting to see a man standing there, but there was no one there. I turned back around and she began to run again. This time, she was running towards me. I turned around and booked it. I ran like a bat out of hell. As I was running, I looked back quickly to see if I was still being chased. Nothing. She was gone. No trace of her anywhere. I continued to run home, but not stopping until I was in my house with the doors locked. Was she a ghost? Or was this a real girl? I will never know, and I don't want to find out. This was hands down the scariest thing I have ever experienced. It's safe to say I will never enter those woods, or any woods for that matter, ever again. So that was the post. I hope you guys enjoy my little narration. On Fridays at my channel, we live for campy, so I tried to give it a little bit of a little zhuzh, a little je ne sais quoi. So clearly this user saw a very creepy young girl dressed in all white in the woods, and she was clearly frightened, and she said, "There's something behind you," and there is no one there, and then she was just gone. So I think we should take a minute to explore some possible explanations for this. And I do want to include that someone in the comment section actually had a similar experience in these very woods, but I didn't get permission from that user to share their comment. So I'm going to link the post in the description box of this video so that if you would like to go read the comments, you can head over there and read them, and then I don't have to worry about the fact I didn't ask permission from everyone to post their comments, just the original user. And this story to me is so incredibly spooky. Woods are inherently creepy to me, especially the user was commenting they were trying not to step on a snake. Anything to do with the woods is very, very creepy. And so there's already a bit of a spook factor going on right there. Let's discuss, first of all, who this girl could have been. The probably logical explanation that a lot of people might gravitate towards would be something like, especially since he said this was a young girl, maybe she was struggling with some kind of mental health problem and she was in the woods and she was seeing things, and so it just was a coincidence she was dressed in all white. I mean, I'm currently dressed in all black, and last time I checked I'm not a ghoul, so more of a golem. Maybe she just happened to be dressed in all white, and then she was in the woods and she was having some kind of episode, and she really did think she saw someone behind him, and by the time he turned around, she had so much adrenaline pumping from what she perceived to be as someone chasing her, even though there was no one there, that she just ran off and then hopefully went back to her family or friends, and it was just kind of a thing. In addition to that, it could have also been a prank. It doesn't have to be first of all, when I see a lot of these stories of like, what could this have been? Who could this have been? I usually think of some kind of mental health episode, because there are, unfortunately, a lot of spooky stories or true crime stuff that I've seen other content creators do, where they're framing it as someone who's having a mental health breakdown as being something scary or spooky, when it's honestly, it's really not that. There's really not a greater conspiracy to it. It's often just someone who's going through something really, really difficult, and what they're seeing is real to them. So that's always a possible explanation. But then it could also have been a prank. That could have been someone who their friends dared them to go in the woods and start freaking out when the first person they came across. But I find that unlikely, because if this is some rural area in Arkansas, why would you just be waiting like a sitting duck to prank someone? And wouldn't there have been, you know, teenagers today, there would have been more of them out in the woods, like with their phones out to make a TikTok out of it. So I think a prank is an unlikely, though not impossible, reason that she was there. And the fact that she said to the user, he's right behind you, clearly this person was seeing something that either wasn't there or the user couldn't see. So those are the two more logical explanations, a prank or someone having a mental health episode. Let's indulge the less logical explanations for a moment. It is October after all. It's the month of indulgence. Perhaps this user did see a ghost. And if that was true, then clearly this ghost is reliving her, probably the moment before her death. And also, crimes are often committed in the woods, especially in a rural area. It's easy to cover up the crime. It's easy to hide what you're doing. It's also easy to not get caught. People might not hear the victim screaming, so on and so forth. I've watched a lot of true crime. I'm not going to get into all the details, but woods can be a very dangerous place. Even if there's not an abductor that brought you there, even just being alone in the woods can be very dangerous. You can be bitten by a poisonous animal, you can slip and fall to your death. There's just a lot that is dangerous about the woods. I'm not too into paranormal things or ghost things. There's some things there that if you want to go into the tickle your paranormal fancy, then perhaps it was that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love discussing stuff like this for the purpose of entertainment, but I don't really believe in ghosts. Now, I don't want something to come haunt me because I said that, but I personally, I think it's fun for stories, and I think it's fun for videos like this one I'm currently making. But I don't actually really believe in ghost stories. If you do, more power to you. I would love for you to tell me about it in the comment section. So that is today's story. So let me know what you guys think the user saw in the comments below. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again to Delicious Worker 865 for allowing me to share their very spooky experience on my channel. I will see you guys Monday with another video. So if you guys have any mysteries that you come across or that you know about, whether it's from Reddit, whether it's your own personal scary mystery you've experienced, or just some other larger mystery that's already out there but you'd like to see me cover it or go into it a little more in depth, then let me know and I'll be happy to take a look into it for our Friday series. Because this is not just for October. I plan for every Friday to be this kind of thing. So just let me know. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. Like I said, just don't breathe on people. Don't breathe near people. Just do the good things. You know the drill by now. Bye guys.